Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Simtherin. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, hello. I hope you are doing well. Well, I hope you're all doing well. I think it's April now. I'm recording this voiceover in March, which is kind of crazy for me to say because I'm usually not this far ahead of myself, but here we are. And we are working on another starter home, part of my starter home series, where we are going from world to world building starter homes with base game and just the pack that the world comes with. So today we are working in Delso Valley, which is the world that came with Get Famous. I really enjoyed building this one. It's very more mid-century modern, which I don't do much of, and we're going to take a pause because I actually really like what I did here where I put a glass roof. I love a good skylight and I swear I do not do it enough in my builds. I'm also using this roof texture that comes with Get Famous that I also never use. It's more like a metal paneling thing. And if I'm being honest with you guys, and you probably can tell if you aren't new here, I am more of a shingles roof kind of gal and more traditional, suburban, a little cottagey. Those are usually my typical builds, but every once in a while I like to branch out and do something like this in this style. And I really enjoyed it, so I hope you guys are ready to join me for the ride here. We are using, I think that stone might be base game. Nope, I'm just kidding. It's Get Famous. So actually, there's a lot of good build by items in Get Famous, and honestly, I don't use them enough, especially like this wallpaper, that stone brick texture. Even the roof trim started growing on me, and I really liked it. And I feel like it goes very well with base game, and especially a lot of the newer base game items we've gotten recently. Like, we've had so many base game updates over the last few years, and I love it because before then, it was like a lot of the base game items felt very outdated. Like very, I wouldn't say like Y2K, but definitely like, definitely not today kind of styles, like furniture wise and stuff. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. For example, I think I do keep a lot of these windows I'm using from base game, and these are actually from the like Sims anniversary update that we got. I don't know if I will ever stop using them. I feel like even when I'm not. Whoa, we just jumped. I am so sorry about that, guys. We definitely jumped a little bit, but as you can see, I'm using even that front door is from that happy birthday update that we got. And what was I saying? That jump really lost my train of thought there. Oh, those new base game windows and even the doors, I will never stop using them. Even when I'm like not limiting my pack usage, I find myself gravitating towards them, which honestly is fair because when we got those windows from high school years, I fell in love with them because I felt like they were windows that, I mean, I've seen windows like that. I felt like they were very realistic windows. And when we got like a version in base game, because they're very similar, they're different, but they're also very similar. I am just in love with them, and I don't think I will ever stop using them. So, we have already completed the bathroom. The bathroom had a very blue and white-ish like color scheme, but the rest of the home is very more like dark and moody. I really wanted to lean into the reds a little bit because I used the red front door and I really enjoyed it. And then this kitchen here, you saw that I am using the base game counters, also from the update we got in February. I'll never stop using those two. They're just so good. Until you give me something better, that's where I'm at and you can't stop me. But we are getting all of our essentials. This is how I pretty much tackle a starter home, right? I finish the exterior, I make sure I have the shape, and I kind of understand where I'm going with it. Then I work on the floor plan, usually off camera. Sometimes I do it on camera, not very often. And then I get the essentials. I get the bathroom is usually where I start. Then I work on the kitchen, make sure we have our fridge and stove and sink so that your sim can properly eat and clean up. And then I usually typically move on to the bedroom, but this time I actually went and got a couch as like a placeholder. So there's that. And then here we are in the bedroom. I ended up using this base game bed because while I wasn't in love with the bed we got from Get Famous, I didn't like how it blocked the windows, and I have a lot of windows here. So we end up going with this base game bed. And I remember looking at all the beds like, gosh, we really need more base game beds. And I say this almost every time I do a starter home. And I'm sorry if that is repetitive, but I'm going to keep asking. So I would love some more base game bed options. Sometimes the issue with these starter home videos is I'm jumping all over the place because I'm trying to make sure we have the essentials, like I said, and then I'm moving on to see where I can fit decorations. So we end up getting just a coat rack and a plant and a poster in like that little entryway, which is up on a platform. I actually really love that idea. So that was super fun. And then here we are getting the kitchen finalized, and we're gonna get some clutter. I think I'm able to get cabinets, which I don't always do in starter homes, but I love me some cabinets because I am a sucker for organization and storage. But what's also fun is we have a one tile bar in here because I realize that I like never use that item. I always forget that we have it. That's also from one of the base game updates that we've got in the last few months. Honestly, we've gotten so much I can't keep track. So, but we got that and I love it because I never got to use it. And especially, how often can you put a bar in a starter home? Like for real. Tell me. I'm curious because I can never really. So, yeah, that was fun. And then this living room here, also continuing the theme of like this dark and moody with the red curtains and things. And this base game bookshelf, although I do really like the bookshelf that comes with Get Famous. It is very mid-century modern, but I also didn't really have the space for it, which is kind of a bummer. So, unfortunately, I do get this radio up here, but I end up deleting it because I needed simoleons for something else. I just can't remember what I needed simoleons for, to be honest, because as you can see, we're under 2,000 simoleons at this point. So, I really can't remember what I really needed it for. We're also getting pillows. Like, it is very rare that I'm able to... Sorry, I clicked my pen. It is very rare that I am able to clutter up as much as I am now, which is really fun. I really like when I get the shape of the build right, and it's not too big, but it's not too small. So this one's like not too cramped, I feel like. And it definitely has opportunities for you guys to take it and run with it, maybe expand on it. I think on the back of the lot, I ended up putting some like debug houses and things because this is actually a relatively big lot. That was the issue with trying to figure out where I wanted to build a starter home in Delso Valley because there aren't really small lots. There's like one 20 by 15 lot, but it's like right there in the middle of the map or in the middle of town where like if you turn around, there's like the Hollywood people is what I'm gonna call them. Okay, like that's where the like the Hollywood stars would be on the sidewalk. I don't know what we call it in The Sims, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's where all like the tourists and everything goes. So it felt very more richy. Like I just didn't think a starter home would fit in that lot. And I feel like I stayed on that topic for too long. I'm so sorry. My head is swimming after saying that. So I hope you guys aren't too confused. But as you can see, I put a house in the back, kind of thinking like, oh, there's just a backyard neighbor, I suppose, because I know that's a thing. And there's a nice alley. That's one thing I like about this world is the alley. I actually did like a large family home many, many moons ago where there was also like an apartment on top of the garage. And I think this was before For Rent. It might have been. I might have to go in and like update that and like make it compatible for Rent. But actually, maybe I don't want to do that because For Rent has been buggy for some people. And I can't remember if they fixed it. I've been really bad with keeping up with news recently. I'm not going to get into it because then we'll be here all day talking about the things going on in my life right now. A lot of it's good. Not all of it is good. But, we're not going to get into it. Like I said, so let's move on. We are in the debug menu because I'm going to say this every starter home video. Debug menu is your friend when you are building with a budget. It is honestly the best tool at your disposal, and I definitely highly recommend it. It definitely allows you to be able to spend all of your simoleons on like the wallpapers and the decor on the interior. Maybe get some nicer appliances and stuff for your Sims just starting out. And then the debug menu has a lot of free landscaping options, and if you like sort by pack, you can often get things that match the world a little bit so you can blend it in. But what I found also is that a lot of base game debug items are also scattered throughout the worlds and stuff, so I would also utilize the base game menu for that. To get the debug menu, you have to open up your cheat code menu by hitting Control Shift and C, and then you will type in bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. It's a bit of a mouthful. I will try to remember to put it up on the screen once I'm done doing this voice recording. And then in your search bar, when you're like searching for items and stuff in the catalog, you want to just search for debug, and you're going to get like a whole bunch of like debug with like asterisks and stuff. Just click on one of those, and then the debug menu will be at your fingerprints, and you can do what you want with it pretty much. And yeah, I will live by that, and I will always recommend that to anyone who's looking for tips for starter homes. Like I said, I don't claim to be the best person to build starter homes, but I have done a lot of them recently because of the series, which brings me to my next point. If you want to see the other builds I've done for this series, I always have that playlist linked down below, so you can go and check it out. And then after this one, we have 7 more worlds, 6 maybe if you don't want to count Newcrest. I asked about that in my last video. I haven't read those comments yet because I literally just did that voiceover. So we have Windenburg, San Myshuno, Brichester, Henford on Bagley, Copperdale, Chestnut Ridge, and maybe Newcrest. I'm going to have that all listed in the description below as well, so you guys can tell me which one you want to see next. I'm very curious to see where we're going to go with this. And of course, if a new pack comes out, whenever a new pack comes out, I should say not if, because we know it's going to happen, right? It's the Sims team, it's EA, they love releasing packs, and honestly, I will continue to eat it up. I'm sorry, I will. But I will always build a starter home for those new worlds too. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next, or for funsies, if there's one you want me to revisit maybe in the future. I'm never opposed to that, you know? We'll see. Maybe we can start adding more packs to it, maybe kits or things or something, because I don't know when I'm posting this video. Maybe we have new kits out already, or they're about to be out. We have the bathroom kit by Ciboulette, I think, and then, God forgive me, there's a Create a Simcast kit coming out, but I can't remember the creator's name. I'm so sorry. I pulled it up. It's A. Harris O'Brittany. I will make sure I try to remember to write that down below somewhere too so you guys can see it. But if those are coming out soon or have been coming out, maybe this is a good time to remind you I do have a creator code. My creator code is Slythering-in, and I always have it somewhere in this video, usually at the end card and down below as well. If you guys are ever interested, if you use that code to purchase any packs for The Sims through the EA app or EA.com, then I will receive a small commission from that. But enough of my yapping. I'm sorry to throw that to you at last minute, but we are done with this build and we're going to hop into live mode. I'll see you there. Here we are in Del Sol Valley, all ready to playtest. Our sim today is already practicing making drinks, so we know that our bar works, which is good. I know a lot of others have questioned before that if this is faced the wrong way, will it still be functional? And yes, it completely is functional, which is always a big plus in my book. Since she's in here, we should have her cook something, right? She has no money. We need to fix that. Let's give her 100 simoleons. That should cover a meal. We are going to cook today. Let's see. How about... about some soup? Soup sounds good. Don't you just love the sunlight coming from the skylight here? I absolutely love it. And it'll move depending on the time of day too, so you'll always get something being highlighted in here. While she's cooking that, this is our little entryway. I like that it's up on a platform here. We have this very cool poster, like a movie poster. We are in Delso Valley after all. And yeah, this door leads in. I think it's set as our front door. It is. Lovely. And then we have our doors leading to the bedroom and bathrooms. Yeah, we can like cooking. The welcome wagon's here. I don't care. So she's eating at the dining table. Oops. Who are you not liking? Oh, it's the welcome wagon, actually. So our dining table works. I'm pretty sure this picnic table will also work. I love that this is just open out to like this little, I don't know, terrace, I guess you want to call it. Maybe that's the right word. And over here we have our living space. I love how dark and moody it is, but also I love bringing in the reds as well. I'm gonna make sure she can sit here. She can. Awesome. Let's go and test our bathroom. The bathroom is a little less exciting, but you know, it'll do the trick here. So we're just gonna make sure all of this works. I am going to set our sink type to bathroom. We'll set this one to kitchen sink while we're at it. Perfect, that's all working so far. But this is a new base game tile we have that I absolutely love. I don't have it on all the walls though, so we also have some blue paint going on as well. And this like flooring from the Get Famous pack that I probably would have never used as a bathroom tile before, but I kind of like it. And finally, we have to make sure our bed works in here, which I believe it should. And again, there's a lot less decorations happening in here as well because of the money situation. As you guys know, we were on a budget. But like I always say, I feel like that just opens up the possibilities for you guys to decorate as you see fit. Especially with this being a limited pack as well, so you can really pick and choose. Like, it's all open for interpretation. And now that we've confirmed it all works, it is now up on the gallery under the very creative name Delso Valley Starter. I know, I'm a genius. You can also find it by searching #Slytherin or going to my gallery page, which is also Slytherin, same as it is here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed building it. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. We have a few more worlds left to do in this starter home series, so let me know which one you would like to see first. Also, before we sign off, a big thank you to all of my amazing channel members. You supporting me in this way is so much appreciated, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the little extras that you get from it. Until next time, I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye!